Hannah here. Are you ready for your upper body blast? And blast that body that we are going to do. So we're going to need some dumbbells for today. I'm using 5 pounds and I'm using 10 pounds. As always, feel free to go lighter, feel free to go heavier. And if you either don't want to use dumbbells or you don't have dumbbells, then absolutely the option is to not use any weight whatsoever. I'm going to start with my 5 pound weights here. I'm going to lie on down to my back and I'm going to meet you there. As always, the transition down is as important as anything else. So making sure that we're centering ourselves side to side, top to bottom. Our feet are onto the floor, about hip distance apart, just for good base support. And from here, I'm going to reach my arms up to the ceiling for me. Now, once we're reaching our arms over the chest, I want you to relax our shoulders back and down. So we don't want to be rounding those shoulders forward. From here, my back is ever so slightly connected to the floor. My ribs are melted down. Now, that's an important piece of information because we want that to stay. So we're going to inhale as our arms reach overhead, ribs stay tucked in, and exhale as we sweep around and come back up through the center. Again, inhale as we come over, exhale as we circle around and lift. So I'm starting to feel my core kick in, surprise, surprise here. Beautiful. As I manage those arms and that weight. Good. Now a little note about those wrists. We don't want to be breaking at the wrists. We want the wrists in line with our forearms, everything in alignment, and our gaze is straight up to the ceiling. Last one, we circle around and back in. Now we're going to change directions. We lower down to the floor. We circle up and around overhead and come back through center. We go ahead, we lower. We circle around and back in, yes. So this direction I find a little bit harder than that first direction. Good, last one for me. I feel a little bit more of my chest muscles working with this. And pause here. Now you either stay with our feet on the floor. If you want to progress, lift our legs up into tabletop. Squeeze our legs together, shins are parallel to the floor. Melt those ribs down into that torso. And again, that back's connected to that floor. From here, we inhale as the arms come over. We exhale as we sweep around and bring it back in. Now this time, we feel more in our core working. Yes, we do, my friend. Yes, we do. All right, 3 more in this direction. Now, as our arms go overhead, our shoulders don't shrug up to our ears. So we're keeping our shoulders away from our ears. We don't want to wear earrings. I've already got earrings on, guys. We don't need another pair. Good. And last one, as we come over, are our ribs still melted down? And other direction, we lower down to the floor. We circle up and around overhead and straight back over the chest. I am going to feel this in my chest tomorrow. Good. I can't wait to hear you guys. Your horror stories about feeling it as well, guys. You know I live for that. All right. 3 more. And we circle around and back in. Are we still keeping those technique things in mind, guys? Good. Ribs down, back connected, everything still. And last one. And bringing it up. Nice, guys. Now, how are we feeling? We're feeling good. From here, I'm going to get you to go ahead. And I'm going to get you to curl up and over for me. I want you to reach your arms overhead, just like we did before. This time we're going to extend our legs. And we're going to sweep around and collect. From here, we reach the arms overhead. And we sweep around and collect. 3 more. And 3. And circle and pause. And 2. Beautiful. And last one, keep looking at those thighs. Stay here, stay curled up for me. And then lower down. Arms over the chest again, legs up towards that sky. From here, we're going to come into a chest fly. We're coming out to the side. And we're exhaling as we're coming back together. So my palms are facing in towards the body. I have a soft bend in my elbow, so we're not locking out those arms for me. Again, I'm being mindful of my back being down onto that floor and my ribs being melted down. We're going to do 3 more. And 3. And exhale back through center. And 2. Good. And last one for me. Arms stay up to the sky. Palms still facing each other. We're going to drop our left leg down to the floor as our right arm comes overhead. And we're going to exhale, bring them back together. Second side. Right leg to the floor. Left arm overhead. And back through center. We're going to do 2 more each side. Everything in that mid-torso stays completely still. So only our limbs are lowering and lifting. Good. 1 more each side for me. Inhaling through the nose to lower. Exhaling through pursed lips to lift. And last one for me. And come all the way up. Gorgeous. From here, let's lose one of the weights for me. Let's roll over onto our left side, guys. You're doing awesome. Now, you can absolutely lie yourself down onto your arm. I'm going to stay propped up to see you guys. Well, not to see you guys. And I'm just going to have my legs bent for me. My arm is going to just go ahead and just be onto my hip. From here, I'm lifting the arm up to about shoulder height and I'm lowering back down. Again, lifting up and lowering down. So even though we're on our sides, guys, I want us to make sure our alignment is good. Our hips are stacked, our shoulders are stacked or sticked, whichever. And I want to make sure that our belly button is ever so slightly being pulled into our spine. Last one for me, and lower down. Now, still with your palm facing down towards your body, I want you to sweep the arm to shoulder height forward and bring it back. Nice. Now, any heavier than this weight, and I would feel I wouldn't be able to keep that arm parallel to the floor. I wouldn't be able to keep my shoulders and my hips stacked. So, choose your weight wisely for this. We don't want to be having that weight be the boss of us. You're the boss of the weight. We're going to do 1 more, and then we're going to bring it back. Now, let's do a little combination. We're coming forward. We're coming straight up and down into that circle. So, we come forward, circle up and around. Notice how I'm rotating my hand at the top. So, I come forward, palm down. I lift up, I rotate so my palm is facing to the wall beside me, and I lower down. 1 more in this direction. We come forward and up, rotate towards the wall beside us, and lower down. Other direction. We lift up, rotate, and drop the arm to parallel in front, and bring it back. We lift up, and drop forward, and back. Last one. As we lift, rotate to the front, lower down and back. Now 1 more with a twist. Arm is over the shoulder for me. Again, we're not over here. We want to think about keeping our wrist, our elbow and our shoulder in alignment. I'm going to have my palm facing towards you. My arm stays completely still as I bend at that elbow and extend. And again, as I bend and extend. So I'm going to go ahead and join you lying down onto my arm because then I'm able to get a full range of motion in that tricep extension. Good. Notice how my arm is staying completely still. The only thing that is moving and hinging is at that elbow. Last 2, extend, and last one for me, and lower down. Gorgeous. Now, I'm going to come on up onto my hand. If you have shoulder issues, guys, or wrist issues, and you want to do this onto your elbow, you absolutely can. So play around with that. I'm going to keep my weight into my hand, but if you need to lose the weight, feel free to do that as well. From here, my legs are stacked for me. I'm going to take a nice deep breath in, shoulder pushes away from my ears. As I exhale, I reach over, lift the hip, look down towards that hand, and lower back down for me. And again, we go ahead. As we lift the hip, look over towards that hand for me. Imagine you're a marionette on a string. And lower back down. 1 more for me, and then we're going to add on, if you're game. And as we come down, that gesture arm, that supporting arm bends, and extends. Oh, that's horrible. As we lift and come over, we lower down and we bend and extend. My hand almost slipped. Goodness. Good, we reach over and we go ahead. That's the problem, guys, when you start to sweat. And reaching over. And last one as we bend and extend. Gorgeous, guys. Okay, so come on up to a kneeling position. At this point, I'm going to change up for a little bit heavier. Feel free, again, to choose which weight is best for you. Once I'm up in this position, I'm going to go ahead and stay kneeling onto, in a low kneel, sitting onto my heels. If this is uncomfortable for you guys and you guys want to sit cross-legged, or you guys want to come up to that tall kneeling position, then absolutely do that. My arms are down by my sides, and from here, I'm relaxing my shoulders back and down. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and exhale, rotate at the elbow and forearm and come into that bicep curl. So again, notice how we're just doing that little rotation there. So our palms are facing you, and then as you rotate, they're facing towards your shoulders for me. Good. We're going to do 6 more here, making sure we're not using momentum. And I actually really like doing arm work kneeling, because when you're standing, sometimes you can involuntarily use that little bit of momentum to help you. When you're kneeling, that bottom half is completely taken out of the equation, so it has to be focused on that upper body. Last one for me, and lower down. Now at this point, I'm going to come up to my kneeling position for me. Again, knees are underneath those hips. I'm going to come up into the top of that bicep curl, palms still facing towards you. I'm opening up at the elbows and lifting overhead. I come back down and close back in front of me. Good, you got it. Now, as we're doing this, guys, what do I always say? We don't want to be wearing our shoulders as earrings. So as our arms raise overhead, our shoulders don't. As we're doing this, what I also don't want to see is you flaring your ribs. And that's an exaggeration, but you get what I'm saying. Good, use that breath to help you. Inhale to lower, exhale as we lift. Now, we can stay here or let's combo. So we're going to bicep curl as we come up. We're going to push overhead, come out of it, and lower back down. Good. We come up, push overhead, lower down, rotate back so the palms are facing each other. Belly button is ever so lightly into the spine. Good. Glutes are ever so lightly engaging, squeezing up at the top, so we make sure that those hips are forward. Beautiful. And last one, bicep curl, push overhead and lower back down. Gorgeous. Okay, guys. So I'm just going to keep one weight here for me. I'm going to come on to what I call a proposal position for me. So my one foot is forward. Good. My kneeling knee is underneath of my hip. I'm going to go ahead and come down, so I'm bringing that weight into my pocket. I'm going to keep that core locked in as I exhale, and I come into that wood chopper. So inhaling to lower, exhaling as we come up. We have 4, good, and 3. My platform isn't quite wide enough here, guys. So you see my little toes are just hanging over. And I have very small feet, guys, so for that to happen, that says something. Good, and relax. Lowering down, switching sides. Again, my kneeling knee is underneath of my hip. I'm in that proposal position. From here, hand is into the pocket. We go ahead. We come straight across and straight back down diagonally. So notice how it's coming up diagonally and down diagonally. So we're not doing any crazy kind of swervy lines. Remember, we want to think about the path of least resistance. And last one for me. And lower back down. Go ahead, come back to that tall kneeling position. I'm going to come on to one of my personal favorites, the halo. Fantastic for the core, fantastic for those arms. When kneeling, our knees are underneath of our hips. We're going to bring our weight just in front of our chest for me. And then from here, we're coming to the right side, haloing around and back in other direction. So we want to make sure that everything else in that body stays completely still for me. Perfect. You got it. This is the added challenge, guys, of trying to get my weight and my arms around my headset without knocking it off. And again, beautiful. Last 2 for me. And 2, everything is stock still. And 1. Nice. Now, let's go ahead and lose that weight for me. I'm going to grab my 5 for me as I come down onto my side position for me. So I'm going to work my way back in reverse. So I'm going to do my side bends first, then come on down to my arms, and then come on down to my back. So legs are stacked for me, shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked. And again, you always have the option to come down onto your elbow. Take a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, lift up and over, look down to that hand, lift the hip like it's a marionette on a string, and lower down with control. And again, we go ahead as we lift, and lowering down with control. Last 2 for me, and 2, and lowering down, and last 1 for me. As we lower down, we're either going to stay here or we're going to add that little tricep bend and extend. Learning from my mistake of last time and wiping any potential sweat that might be in your way. Good, just 1 more. As we lift up and over, keeping the shoulders down and plugged in, and relax. Gorgeous. Come on down to that side propped or side lying position for me, guys. Again, you can absolutely come all the way down or you can stay propped up. Nice. Now, from here, let's go ahead as I rearrange my outfit there. Good. Arm is down by my side. Head is propped, shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked. We lift the arm up to shoulder height and lower down. And again, guys, we want to have that line perfectly straight. So the arm isn't coming in front of the body, the arm isn't coming behind the body. Good. And that wrist is stacked with that forearm. Last 1 for me, lowering down. From here, palm is still facing to the body. We reach the arm to shoulder forward and back. Again, as we reach forward and come straight back. So as we're doing this, guys, again, our arm is parallel to the floor. We don't want it dangling down and then coming back up. Again, like I said before, it's that path of least resistance. Good. 1 more for me. We're going to make it into that circle. We lift up. We rotate the palm to the opposite wall beside us and lower down. We come forward. We lift, rotate, and lower down. Good. Now this arm I can absolutely feel is a little bit weaker than my other arm. Last 1, and this is why this unilateral work is so good. Opposite direction as we lift up, rotate the palm forward, lower down, and bring it back. Good. As we lift up, rotate, bring it forward, and back. Last 1. As we lift, rotate, lower, and back. Now, I'm going to lower my head down at this point. I'm lifting my arm up to shoulder height. My palm is coming forward to you guys. Shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked, belly button is into the spine. We bend at the elbow and we extend. So it's like a little hinge. As we bend and extend. Good, you got it. And we have 6 and extend and 5. Relaxing in that neck and 4. I mean, relax might be an interesting word at this point. And 3. Perfect. And 2. And last 1 for me. And lower everything down. Gorgeous job, guys. Okay, so I want you to come onto your back with both of those weights for me. I'm using my lighter weights, my 5-pound weights. From here, I'm going to have myself lined up, much as I did at the very start for me. So we're thinking about those feet on the floor. Our hips, knees and ankles are stacked. And then from here, I'm going to lift the arms above the shoulders for me. This time, I'm having the palms facing towards each other. From here, I'm going to peel the bum as we roll up into our bridge for me. And as we peel and melt all the way down, I'm reaching the arms overhead as I lift the hips I'm bringing the arms back over the chest. Again, we have 6. And squeeze the glutes as we lift. And 5, keeping those legs in alignment like little train tracks. And 4, keeping our ribs melted down into our torso. And 3, making sure our shoulders don't come over up to our ears. And 2 more. And reach. And last one for me. And squeeze to lift. Good. From here we melt all the way down. And bring our arms down by our side. Taking a nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, extend our right leg, squeezing our knees together. Walking our left foot away a little bit. Arms are by our side. We're coming into that one-legged teaser. Tuck the chin and exhale as we come up, 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 reaching the arms. Gaze towards the toe and lower that upper body all the way down with control. Keeping that lower body where it's at. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale as we peel and roll up. We stay tucked in that pelvis, proud in that chest. And last one as we lower back down. And one more for me. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. We peel as we come up. Beautiful. And melt all the way down. Let's switch those legs over. Guys, the end is in sight. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Tuck that chin. Peel up. Chest becomes proud. Pelvis still tucked. And melting all the way back down for me. And again, tuck the chin. Peeling as we come up. Chest becomes proud. And lower down. Everything is shaking here now. I'm shouting. And tuck the chin as we come up, 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 up. And lower everything down. So good. I'm going to face towards the front, facing towards you. Let's just take a little bit of a shoulder stretch. Bringing our right arm over that chest, holding on either to the meaty part of that tricep or onto that forearm for me. Woo! Relax our shoulders back and down. Guys, I think I'm going to feel that in my upper body tomorrow. What do you think? As always, I absolutely love hearing back from you guys. It gives me no more greater pleasure in life than to hear about you guys that you're hurting just like I am. Switching sides. Good. Nice deep breath in. And letting it go, and the words you've been waiting for, you my darlings, are all done. Let me know all about the workout and I will see you next time.